To address the issues facing Tennesseans today, from 10 News, this is Inside Tennessee.
Good morning and welcome to Inside Tennessee. I'm your moderator, Michael Crow. Today, we will be tackling a couple different races in the upcoming Knox County election. We will hear from a couple of school board candidates coming up, but to begin, we are starting with two men who want to serve on Knox County Commission. Two Republicans are vying for your vote in the May 1st primary for one of two at-large seats on commission. Larsen J. and Ronnie Rochelle are both hoping to win your vote for that county-wide seat. Now, I also want to introduce our panel. We have Democrat and attorney Dennis Francis here.
Good morning. And
Republican Susan Williams.
Good morning.
All right, and to start, let's talk with both of you about why you're running. We'll start with you.
Well, I think Knox County is in a wonderful spot for amazing growth and potential, and I think it's a wonderful time to be part of the future of Knox County. And the at-large seats for County Commission are really supposed to focus on the big picture. So I'm running for Knox County Commission because I want to be part of the long-term conversation, the big picture vision for what does the next 10 or 20 years look like as we grow really, really fast and we have a burgeoning population that is really excited to be part of Knox County. We have to be prepared to talk about the big picture decisions. We have to be prepared to plan long-term, and I'm really running to really be part of that conversation and to lend my expertise and experience to the table.
Ronnie, same question.
Number one, my friend's Sam insane, so we have to take that into account as reason number one. Number two, I'm running for my heart. I have been volunteer for the last 25 years for various government agencies of Knox County. Before that, 18 years, small business owner. So been exposed to president of the Knox County Board of Zoning and Appeals. Before that, chairman of the Knox County Parks and Recreation, and many other things, Farragut Municipal Planning Commission and other things. For the last one is my head. And my head is, for the last 22 years, been a certified financial planner. If you look at the budget of Knox County, we're in terrible shape, absolutely terrible. We've gone from $298 million in debt to $622 million in debt. $75 million going out the door every year for nothing. We don't own anything in Knox County. We have no future. We cannot build the future of Knox County on debt. We cannot do it. Now, it may not affect anybody in this room, but my grandkids, they will be affected by it. It's $662 million of debt. Larsen's going to say it's okay. There's nothing, that's all right. It is not.
How do you feel about that?
Well, look, our debt service right now is less than 10% of our annual operating cost of running the county. And we have a higher amount of debt because we've done capital improvements. And so our actual operating capital, our operating budget, we're in a pay-as-you-go situation. But our debt has risen because we've built 2 schools, we've done some infrastructure projects. And so, yes, it's a little bit high for where we would want it to be, but it's not the doom and gloom of the everything that's going to come to crashing halt in our county. And so I think, yes, it's worth reducing the debt, but it's about how much we're going to invest in the future of our community. And right now, we are able to run Knox County government in an affordable and efficient way.
Gotcha. Let our panel chime in.
Yeah, Ronnie, I looked at your website and saw your issues about the debt, and then also said you were concerned about the pay for our teachers and for the deputy sheriffs and so forth, and you're concerned about roads. So how are we going to fix that if we don't add to the debt? I mean, I don't, we've got to raise taxes? How do we fix that?
This is the wonderful question that nobody in any office is wanting to acknowledge. How are we going to do it? Now, we've been 18 years without a property tax increase. You would hope over that 18 years, all the departments have cut their cost. So where is, let's say, $40–50 million come? The road plan, for example, 75-year road plan. Knoxville City has an 18-year-old plan. So Knoxville City is paving 48 miles every year. Knox County, 2,200 miles, they're only paving 20 miles. So really you could say it's a 100-year road plan. On the schools, the lower tier teachers are not getting paid enough. And the deputies, not getting paid enough. So the money is going to have to come from somewhere. I doubt that I can find $40–50 million in our budget, other than the schools, which are $500 million. There may be a waste there, $5–10 million. It's not enough. Even just for the roads alone, I need over $10 million plus. So where's it coming from?
Well, that's what I'm asking.
That's what we're waiting.
Okay,
Hang on to your answer.
Well, 18 years and no property tax increase. We, as a politician or whatever to get elected, I am not going to sit here and say, no, I'm not going to do a property tax increase. I am going to attack that debt. That debt is going down. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to look through every department, and I will find a way to make it happen. If I have to go out and say property tax increase, well, here I am.
It might be your only term. But
Yes.
So, Larsen, do you have the same concerns? You don't have so much concerns about the debt. What about teacher pay, deputy pay, that sort of thing?
There's absolutely nobody that will ever say we shouldn't invest in our teachers, invest in education, invest in our law enforcement, me included. But I think our county is run very affordably and very efficiently. What it's really going to come down to is who is our next mayor, what are their big priorities, and what are the big long-term infrastructure needs. And so I think until you figure out who the mayor is, figure out what the priorities are, and figure out what we're not going to spend money on, we really can't answer that question. Nobody wants a tax increase, including me, but the cost of goods continue to go up. So we've got to find affordable, efficient ways to tackle that, and we've got to find ways to build a better community, but we've got to do it within our means. We can't just sort of willy-nilly, decide on things.
So are you saying that the commission is not nearly as important as the county mayor?
Well, it starts with the leadership of the county mayor. It starts with the vision of the county mayor, and it starts with the budget that comes out of the county mayor's department. And then that goes to the commission to then be the sounding board, be the board of directors, and to be the vetting process. So I think until you know what that vision looks like, it's really hard to say what a budget's going to look like next year. It's also hard to say what a situation of our county is going to look like a year from now or even 2 years from now.
And we'll talk more about that in a second coming up. You're watching Inside Tennessee. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.